Hello, my lovely friends. My name is Valoris. You may call me Val. Today's video, it's based on behavior from children and from parents. I am not a counselor. I have no form of training in counseling anybody. But I've been involved with situations where people come to me and at the same time I've listened. I offer my shoulder for them to cry on and to listen to them. And what I'm about to say is what they told me and my advice to them. And this is to whom it may concern. These parents, these children, they know who they are. And their behavior, especially parents, should stop exhibiting bad behaviors around their children, family members, relatives, teachers, social services, around friends, police people, and pastors. Now, a lot of children are going through a lot out there. And sometimes they behave more responsible than the adults, their parents. But because they're just children, they haven't got much say. And if they try, then it's bad for them. And because there's nobody to speak to about the behaviors they're experiencing, they tend to go astray. They turn to drugs, they turn to alcohol, get involved in bad situations, and then disruption in their life, and they end up in, reformatory school, or the government may take them away. So I'm asking parents, I know I can't stop it, but I'm asking parents or guardians to try and cut down on their behavior around their children, because the children know a lot better than they, because their peers know about what's going on, and they don't want to be teased. Some of them are very ashamed of what's exhibited. Not because you're a parent and you give birth to your children, or you become a guardian to somebody else's children, and you give them food, you give them shelter, you take them to the doctor if they become sick, you provide school supplies, and they go to school, but there's something lacking. There's no help, there's no love there. Absolutely no love, because you wouldn't hurt the one that you love. You can hurt someone if you love them, but it's for them to be better. When in most of these cases I relate to you, some of the parents don't care. I'm your mother, I'm your father, and you listen to me and you mind your own business. Okay? That's the attitude. And children do go astray. All right? Now, I will go into the Bible a little bit, just a little bit, because I've known about this chapter since I was a child. It says, children, obey your parents. In the law, I'm not sure what the other part says. And also it says, parents, provoke not your children to wrath. Parents, why do we want respect from our children, but we don't give respect for them? They're coming and we're going. Children are very intelligent these days. So we have to respect them, and we should listen to them and direct them to make them a better person for tomorrow. So we should not disrespect our children to wrath, which cause a lot of breaking up of the homes and disrespect to parents, which some parents cannot tolerate it. And because of that, there is abuses that come into the statement. Now, we bring our children into the world and we want the best for them. Okay? They need good education, good meals, nice neighborhood. Okay? You choose their friends, not just any and anybody friends. Any and anybody could be their friend. You have to know who are the parents, where they live, if they're obedient children. All these things you need to know about your children, especially these days. You don't refer, oh, my friend, what's the friend's name? Where does the friend live? Who is the friend's parents? You need to know all these things because times are serious nowadays, and we must take precaution into whatever our children do. So just don't bring them up and you don't know anything about them. I'll tell you that I've been involved in a lot of concerns regarding teenagers mostly. And some of these teenagers are my friends' children. And my friends, they don't know that their children are complaining to me about what's going on in their home. And the parent pretend to be so sanctimonious, you wouldn't believe some of the things the children are telling you. Okay? You wouldn't believe until appropriate people have to take them away from their home. Because it's insane what these children are going through. I will tell you some of the problems children are going through, and they have no one to complain to. And it's because of their parents. This is going to be a long video, or maybe I cut it if it gets too long. Now, here are some of the problems, I tell you, that children are going through. They're carrying the family burden. Okay? Because one or both parents are doing something that's not right. The first one I'll tell you about is this young girl I know. Her mother has multiple bed partners. And this young lady has spoken to her mother about it. I don't like it, Mom. Stop it. Every time or occasionally when she comes in, she would see 2 glasses on the coffee table. She'd also see liquor. And numerous times she has spoken to her mother about it. And nothing is done about it. It's as if she doesn't exist. You know what she told me she did? She break up about 4 sets of dishes. Every time the mother buys a new set of dishes, she says she breaks them. And one day it was so bad that when she came in and she see what's going on, she went and she took every glass, every cup, every plate, and she just break everything. and then she takes a shower for half an hour and more. And she just screams, uncontrollable, because her mother does not listen to her. But guess what? She also prayed. She said, "This is my mom." And she prayed. And she prayed. She said, "This is my mom. I love my mom. Why is my mother living like this?" Anyhow, she had a baby. And this is how she's going to get the mother to stop doing what she was doing. She's an only child. And she said when the baby was born, she'd give the baby a bath, and she's making the formula to give the baby, and the baby's screaming. And the mother is there. And the mother went to pick up the baby. And as she opened her arm to lift the baby, she said, "Don't touch my child. That is my child." Never. I don't know where hands are coming from. And I tell you, it changed your mother. Because your grandchild is crying, and you're told, "Do not touch my child." And that really changed her. Changed your mother. So, we can always listen to our children or regret not listening to them. The next one is this young girl. Whenever she comes in from school, she knows that there is a male partner there in the house. She had spoken to her mother about multiple partners. She was ashamed. She could not bring any of her friends over because, you know what? The friend's gonna know. And they respect their mommy, and they don't want nobody else knows what's going on. And when she comes in, and there is a perfume. It's not the mother's perfume. She's not wearing perfume. If there's food cooked, she take the whole pot of food and she dump it in the garbage. It's either in the garbage or in the sink. And she cries and she cries and she cries. She comes in, there are shoes at the doorway. She just opened the door and she threw the shoes outside. So whosoever it is in there, they better walk with 2 pairs of shoes. Or go home in a socks, because she throws all those shoes away. And if there's no perfume, this child knows so much. She says her mother is burning a scented candle. She knows there's she knows there's a male in the bedroom. She comes in and she'll smell the smell of goat meat, oxtail, fish, all those things cooking. She'd set the table, 2 plates, knife and fork and spoon. The mother comes out in her robe and hands her what's called a romaine noodles. And she gives the partner the goat meat, the oxtail, and the fish. She doesn't get that. So she prefers the man over her own child. And this is why she throw away the food. So she's looking for food that's in the garbage, because she knows she's not going to get it. Okay? This is what some parents do to their own children. So you cannot provoke your children to wrath. Your kids love you. Okay? They love you, they respect you, and that's the way they want to see you as they grow up. So please try Why don't you go to the man's house or your partner's house? Why you have to bring them there and then your children see exactly the kind of lifestyle you're having? Okay, the other one is, please try and, help these children. This is a young girl. I know her very, very well. Going to school, getting top grades, doing wonderful. She came home one day, and it was her mother and the neighbor. She caught them in the action. And when she saw it, she just screamed, and then she ran out the house. And that happened about 3 p.m. That young girl scoured the neighborhood just screaming. And nobody knows why she's screaming, because they live for a long time. She just screamed unstoppable. And then she came home, and the first thing she said to her mom, I want the password for this phone. And the mother gladly gave it to her. And she says, I need a password for your cell phone. You know why she want them? She didn't go back to school. So any messages left on the phone, the mother will not get them. She totally disrespected her mother. She called her mother by her first name. Like, her name is like Jane Murray. She said, Jane, I need the credit card. No messages come from the school regarding the girl because she erased them. She can hear what she want to hear, but she erased the messages that say she's not in school. Then she starts, I need your credit card. All the credit cards. The mother had to give her the credit cards. And she takes her friend to the high-end malls. Whatever they want, they get it. Her friends. She'll buy a perfume for $300. The mother cannot say nothing. Because when she caught her, it was not her mother and her father. It was her mother and the neighbor. Well, things didn't go well with that young girl. She did make the left turn. Okay? But I feel pity for her because of her mother. So that child has her mother eating out of her palms. Whatever she wants, she gets. Because she's carrying the burden of the entire neighborhood who knows them and not telling her father what goes on. So, she's carrying a big secret. Please, why don't you go to the man's house? He wants to save his marriage, but he wants to break up hers. Okay? So if you're in a relationship and something like that to happen, they're called hotels and motels. Don't use your matrimonial bed or your home for anything like that. Because things do happen. Okay? Now the other thing is, this girl, she did something mischievous at school. And anyhow, a parent was called into the school regarding what she did. Okay? There are many ways to reprimand a person. You can take away privileges, gifts, a lot of stuff. But one of the parent chose the punishment separately, privately and separately. This young girl, she's a big girl, big bone as we would say in our country. She's got big bones. You know, have some children, they may be 12 and they look like adults. He waited until the girl went into the bathroom and had her shower and came out the shower, and they beat her naked. Naked as the day she was born. That's total disrespect. Why you want to see your child's nakedness? That's so wrong. Very wrong. Okay, the other one is this girl I know. I used to go to vacation in the city, and all of us in that complex were all the same age. And this girl lost respect for her mother, but she don't exhibit it to the mother. I don't know what's going on now, because I'm from the country and this girl lives in the city. And what happened was she asked her mother all the days of her life as a teenager, "Mom, who's my dad? Who's my dad?" And she says, "I will not tell you." You know how she knew her father? The father died, and the mother told her that time who was her father, and she provided her with information as to where the funeral is going to be, the churching and everything. And she went there and she looked and she looked and she looked on him, and she started just crying, crying. And a young man came over to her and said to her, "Why are you crying so much? Who is he to you?" She said, "That's my father." He says, "Your father? It's my father?" He says, "Yes." And the young man took her by the hand and took her to his mother and said, "Mom, this lady's crying so much." And she said that my father is her father. And the wife said to her, "Who's your mother?" And she told her the name of her mother. And the mother searched. She says, "Yeah, now I know she was one of her maids, because they're well-to-do rich people, very rich people." Okay, she saw her father only in the coffin. The mother hid it for her. She had no relationship with her father. I don't know what happened after with her siblings, which was about 3 or 4 of them. And it bothers her. The mother don't care. She satisfies herself, but she don't care what happened to the daughter. I don't know if she have forgiven her since she saw her father in the casket. No, what again? This woman, I know a lot of people. I don't know, people always come and talk to me. This woman bought a house, a roomy house, and she told her 16-year-old daughter, "You'll have your own room." The girl was so excited she's going to have her own room. But when they move in, and the girl mother is a single mother, she found out that she needed more money. She needed more money to maintain the house. And she told her daughter, "Okay, you can't have your own room anymore. You have to sleep with me. Because, bills have to be paid. She was going to school and thing. And the mother brought a man into the same bed that she and her daughter were sleeping. And when the man had finished his bed activity, and the mother was zonked out, okay? All the man was doing was feeling up her leg. And she wiggled and she wiggled and she wiggled her legs. And the more the man squeezed her foot to let you know, I'm here. I have got the mother. I need you too. The girl said, I cannot respect my mother. Cannot. Parents provoke her children not to wrath. Well, this one, she tells everybody what her mother did. That's how she felt better, just exposing the mother. She just laughed. The mother just laughed. She doesn't care. So sometimes some parents disrespect their children and figure more or less it's fun. It's not. If it's with your father, fine, but multiple partners, you can't talk to your daughter. They call you by the first name. They don't respect you anymore. This other girl, this other mother, she took in a man in a house. And her son did not like it. And he went to school and he got in a lot of trouble, lots of trouble. This is a well-behaved child, good grades. His grades went down. They took a nosedive down. The child go around telling the school children, look, you know where your dad and your mom keep the money. Bring me the money. Bring me the credit cards. I like your belt. Give me that belt. Give me a bus ticket. Give me your lunch money. And the teachers realize that there's a problem. These teachers are prone to know when there's a problem in the home. And because this guy was so good in school, they had to have a meeting. And the teachers were saying, this guy is very good. His marks have, dropped so bad, and they want to know what's wrong. And when the mother was about to speak, the child said, shut your mouth. And she proceeded, and it said, shut your mouth. The meeting broke up because they know that there was something wrong in the home. Okay? Where is that man's place? Or if he's got a wife, he wants to save his marriage. Okay? He don't care about your life, your family. If he cared, he'd go to a motel or a hotel or a light post. But, you're breaking up your relationship with your family. This other girl says, when the phone rings, she said to her mom, the mother would grab the phone from her. And when she grabbed the phone, the daughter would try to grab back the phone. And the mother would grab back the phone. And she'd yell out, are you my 21st stepfather? I want to know. Loud, loud, loud. That's how many men partners the mother has. She can't talk to the daughter. Who's my father? Who's my real father? These are the questions kids are asking. You see? This other one, Her mother have multiple partners, multiple. And the girl says, Mom, I don't like what you're doing. My friends know what you're doing. The neighbors know because they see them coming late at night, coming through the woods, and they know they're coming to our house. Stop it. She ignored the daughter. You know what the daughter did? Whenever she used the washroom for a bowel movement, she would not flush it. She'll leave it there. And when her mother comes home from work, she says, the mother would use the bathroom and she noticed several times there are feces there. And she says, why won't you flush the toilet? You know? She says, I know you're coming home from work very hungry. That's your supper. And make sure you have that supper because it will same thing tomorrow. Big fight. Big fight. She felt so disrespected throughout the daughter. I think she's back in the home now, but I don't know what the changes are now. Okay, because it happened a long time, but this little girl, I know the little girl. She was only 6 years old. And this lady tells me that this mother has multiple partners. Multiple. And the little girl is 6 years old. And whenever time, the doorbell rings and the door knocks and the man comes in, the little girl would go and pull down the towel from the bathroom and put it in front of the mother and says, leave my mommy alone. Please, leave my mommy alone. Why does she have to do things like that in front of a child? Okay? Put the towel in front of her mother. They cannot explain what really happening, but they know they feel sorry for the mom. And the mom just laugh. How can you speak to your children when you behave in that manner? The other thing is mothers cannot talk to their parents. Well, this is I would say all world thing. Mothers having, like say, 6 children, 6 fathers. That's bad luck. That's all I can say. Because you can't talk to the children. She says, look what you did, Mom. What can you say to me? We all have different fathers. They just gotta shut up. You see, the mother has to just shut up. Because that's what she does. You cannot parent a child when you're doing worse. You understand? But these things will happen. Men get you to bed and then they leave you, and you hope the next one will be better, and the next, but they're all the same. And then you're left to bear, whatever consequences come behind that. The other one is this father is, since this child was small, this man has a wife and he has a sweetheart. That's what you call him. Not even a side chick. He built a house for the one woman, and he built his wife another woman, and he sleeps between both homes. And this little guy cannot do nothing about it because he's only a child. And he sees what's happening. The father sleeps with his mother tonight. He goes to his wife. He sleeps the next night, and back and forth. And when that child was big enough, it's a boy, and he went out working, he could help the mother better, because it's a lot of kids he has with the side woman. And this guy went out and he got a job and he helps his mother very much. And he knows that she can't do anything because she got no money. There's a house, but it has to be maintained. And one day the father came. And when the father came, he was waiting for his dad. And he came and he says, "Good morning to everybody," the father. And the young guy, he grew up to be a young man. When he was about 23-ish, he said to his dad, "Let me tell you something. From I was a boy, you've been keeping this thing up. Okay? Sleep here, sleep here. Okay, now what I have to tell you, you're going to take your stuff and go to your wife, or you take your stuff from your wife, okay, and bring it here, but no backward and forward." And that child meant every word. So he stayed with his wife. He cannot come to his mother anymore. So there are a lot of things children see and they can't do anything because the one parent is helpless. You see? So children do have feelings. They need respect. They grow up and they see exactly what's going on and know it's not right. But I commend this guy when he says to Dad, "No more. No more." Anyhow, this is a very long video I have to cut now. So I'd have to do part two. Part two, because a lot of these cases I was involved. I didn't even know I was involved until the appropriate authorities called me and asked me, "Did this person tell you this? Did this person tell that?" I said, "Some things I know, some things I don't know. Tell me what they tell you that they didn't tell me. And let me tell you, I want to faint." So you have friends and they pretend to be so sanctimonious and they go into church. Don't trust them. Don't trust them. Anyhow, I would like you to like, share, and subscribe. And I'm out.